Your dive into the wild, weird, and wonderfully messy world of Reddit. This is the Joevelocity Show.
And welcome once again to the Joevelocity Show. I am Joe, and I am joined once again by Hubba. How you doing, sir?
What's up, guys? What's going on?
So the first question is, how's your eye?
My eye's doing much better. It was a roller coaster.
Yeah. People don't know what happened here. What happened that caused you to get your eye injury?
Well, I was helping a family member move, and I was putting bags onto like this little rolling course she had.
Yeah.
And I was, when I would put bags on top, I would use bungee cords to, keep it secure. So then I went to go put one bungee cord on, and it smacked back into my eye.
Ouch.
And it bruised the top of my eyelid. No. Right? And it bruised the top of my eyelid, and I dealt with it. It was horrible dealing with it that day. But then the next day it started to feel like okay. So I was like, okay, maybe I don't. Maybe. And I went to work Monday, and it was just horrible at work because I could bear like
the sunlight was just
it was throbbing.
Okay.
Well, not for some reason, but it was throbbing, and I could barely see.
Oh God, yeah, that's not
and
good.
I was just like, oh my gosh. So then I end up going to Mad Express.
Yeah.
No, I went to Mad Express, and it was like, no, you have to go see an eye doctor.
Okay.
I went and got that dealt with, and I had to get eye drops put in. They said it's not as bad as they thought it would be.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
So I lucked out there.
Right.
People, please pay attention to your eyes. Your eyes are very important. And just being blurry and that still having some little complications there, but not as bad, and
yeah.
After going through that experience, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I really got to watch myself, just what I'm doing.
Well, it's one of those things as you get older, and I know this for a fact, things start falling apart faster than you can ever possibly imagine. So, if it ain't one thing, it's another,
If it ain't one, it's another.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And I'm just glad that I got that dealt with, and I'm able to join the show.
Yeah, I suspect you need to be wearing an eye patch whenever you join me today.
No, I ain't that bad, Lord.
But apparently, I guess back in like the 50s and 60s, women thought men with eye patches were hot. Ooh, he's so sexy. And you're just looking at me like, nope.
I guess.
Who knows? But anyways. So, in this case here, I'm continuing on with a hobby that I've had for a long time, which is retro computing. So, I got myself a Commodore 128.
Nice.
An actual real one there. So this is actually my first real retro computer because I'll collect like replicas and stuff because I have the C64, which is basically a reproduction of the bread bin Commodore 64. But it's a little more modern because that has like HDMI and USB ports and everything there. And it actually has 64 built-in games, but you can attach a USB stick to it and actually run software, that you get in disk images and everything there. But in this case here, I basically ended up finding a really good deal online for this 128, and I got it. And so now I'm getting all the accessories that go with it and everything there, and building out a new computer station for it there in my living room, which is only 12 by 12 feet. It's not big,
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out where the hell to put everything at, So.
I know you just kind of cramming it in, but you're getting it.
I'm running out of room. So I don't know whether I get rid of the coffee table or the, so who knows? Probably I'll move the coffee table somewhere else in the living room. So we'll see what happens. But anyways.
Yeah. In a couple years, it's going to be time to buy your house eventually. It's going to be time for you to get your home.
I'll get that 50-year mortgage. Yeah. It just.
We ain't going to go there, child. We ain't going to go there.
My payments will be small, but I'll never actually own the actual house. So. But the way it's going right now, yeah. I mean, I'm having trouble buying a house because of the credit, situation. I mean, like, my credit's fine. That's not that. It's just basically trying to get a loan, It's very difficult right now. So,
right.
Yeah, so I figure I'm going to put that off for a little bit of time here. And, probably in the next, few years, I'm going to finally get around to doing it. So, but anywho, we have a interesting show. So let's go ahead here and let's get this started. So here's the first story. Am I the asshole for being mad my boyfriend won't make noodles the way I like? Okay, so this sounds dumb, but hear me out. I've always been a picky eater, especially when it comes to tomatoes. Ever since I was a kid, my dad would make my spaghetti different than the rest of the house. I like having an essence of the sauce flavor on the noodles, but not overpowering flavor, having noodles bathed in sauce creates. So here's where it gets a bit odd. My dad would separate my spaghetti from the families after putting the sauce on it, and then would rinse the sauce off in the sink and strainer. I love noodles like this, as is a nice, subtle tomato vibe given the mild spaghetti. I'm 20 years old, my boyfriend's 26. Has known about this since we first started dating. He has told me my food habits were cute. We had been dating for almost 3 years now, and moved in together at the beginning of the pandemic so we could be in lockdown together. Ever since we moved in together, he insisted on taking charge of the cooking and all cooking-related tasks like dishes, grocery shopping, etc., and has assigned me to the role of cleaning the bulk of the apartment. We split the other tasks pretty much 50-50 too. Everything was perfect, and he always seemed to be making noodles the way I liked them when we had them. This was until last week when we last had spaghetti. We ate and everything was good, but afterwards he started teasing me saying, like, really like your pasta with an essence of tomato, and how is your tomato essence, babe? Always using finger quotes around the word essence. After a few comments, I felt something was off and asked him if he had done anything differently with tonight's noodles that he usually does. He started laughing. When he finally stopped laughing, he told me the whole truth while smirking. He said, I didn't do anything different than I usually do. I've never been making it the way you've requested. Apparently the entire time we've been living together, he's just been skipping the pasta sauce on my noodles entirely. He claimed if I didn't notice it for this long, then it shouldn't matter that it's making dinner in a way that's easier for him. I disagree entirely. I think the lying was a huge breach of trust, and so was the refusal to make dinner how I wanted. I've admittedly been acting passive-aggressive to him since, but he thinks he did nothing wrong, that I'm overreacting, and I need to let it go. Am I the asshole? Oh my God.
Oh,
yeah.
God, because at first I'm not even going front. When I was hearing about the noodles and watering them down how she like them and things like that, I'm like, I can understand she like them her way, but you didn't pay attention to it when he made it his way. So I was like, maybe you could be like, oh, you know what? Maybe I could try them like this from now on, or maybe at least once, like sometimes make them the way I like them, but sometimes make them that you know what I mean? Come to a common ground with it, I guess.
Yeah.
But all this other stuff that came with it proved her point. Actually, it proved her point that he's not to be trusted.
Well, it's also kind of like, it's a little ridiculous that, she has such picky taste in food that, you have to make pasta by, making the pasta normally like, you normally do, then rinsing off all the tomato sauce, just like, it's just like, she needs to get over this. And, I think I disagree with you. I think, he has a point. It's like, if you haven't been noticing it, what's the point of me making it that way? No,
that's what I said. I agree with that part. Like, for is like, if you haven't been noticing it all this time, like, why are you making a big deal of this? But I felt like she could have came into common ground about it. Like, maybe once in a while do it for me, but there's times where I can understand you might not feel like doing. It's like, come on now, come to a common ground with it. But the problem with her, the problem with him is he still ain't shit.
Right. This whole entire couple has problems apparently, and the commenters, I think, picked up on that. So, first comment said, "Everybody sucks here. You both sound dreadful."
Period.
Oh, you nasty.
They're just annoying as hell.
The idea of putting pasta sauce and noodles and rinsing off would leave an essence of tomato flavor is objectively ridiculous, and more importantly, a really shocking, disgusting waste of pasta sauce. What your dad did was basically teach you to waste food while planting the idea in your head that you're tasting something that was all in your imagination. You can be pissed off at your boyfriend, but the fact that you didn't notice the difference at all in this time is indisputable evidence that he was right. You were tasting any essence of anything to begin with. It was a placebo effect. You feel betrayed, but honestly, you should be more embarrassed that you're asking someone to consistently waste sauce by putting it on your noodles and then literally washing it off again. First of all, there is no rational way you could have tasted it after that. Secondly, people, myself included, literally struggling to make sure that they can afford to put food on the table at all, and you're bloody while pouring in the jar and then washing it down the sink on purpose. Be embarrassed. Your boyfriend is an asshole, not for refusing to waste pasta sauce on you, honestly good for him, but being a dick about it and mocking you. He sounds like a really nasty human being, and I can't speak for you, but I wouldn't date someone who spoke to me that way. He should just pointed out the complete wastefulness of what you wanted from the outset, though I suspect that you wouldn't have listened honestly if you actually believed that wash pasta noodles to retain an essence of pasta. I'm going to guess that you believe in homeopathy as well. You know, and you know what that is, right?
No, what is that?
That's basically whenever you see something that's homeopathic, it's basically that it's been like diluted like 1,000 times.
Oh yeah,
so
okay, yeah.
It's literally like you're taking a placebo.
Yeah, she definitely believe in that. She definitely do. She has a problem.
Right?
She has a real problem. She's not in touch with reality.
She probably has problems with vaccines there too because they contain mercury, you know, or you know, whatever, you know, they have in there, which is a normal part of any vaccine or like apple juice, you know, for that matter, you know.
It just seemed like two annoying ass people.
Right? Yeah. It's just kind of like
two fucking people. Eventually it was going to clash. Because he wasn't doing right by her in the first place. You know what I mean?
It sounds like they were perfect for each other for a long time, and then all of a sudden, bam, this happened there, and it's just kind of like...
And then everything else just...
It kind of like the whole entire cards fell apart, basically. Yeah, the second commenter...
They're just both assholes. Both
right?
of them. They're both assholes. And at first, when I was listening to this comment, you know, I'm like, God damn it. Okay, I get it. You know what I mean? Okay, I get it. I'm like, God damn. But then, I don't know. They're just both assholes.
The second commenter, I think, actually kind of hit upon something here. And we'll talk about this after it. My kid would not eat salmon until I called it pink chicken. They would then ask what we were having, and I would say pink chicken. They would get all excited. Kids are gullible. You do what you have to do as a parent to make everyone's lives easier. We now joke about that when they're older, and I told them that the pink chicken is really salmon, and we all laugh now. Also, you're the asshole. Be happy he's cooking. Yeah, he's a dick for I told you. But you now know you like noodles without the essence of tomatoes. Maybe you should try other things to see what else you like. You're no longer a toddler. Expand your palate.
Very well put.
Question for you. What foods don't you like?
It's hard to think of right now, like really what foods I really don't like. I can be picky myself sometimes.
Are there foods that you will not eat?
What I will not eat?
Somebody was like, I'm making this and that. There's two foods for me.
What is it?
One is gnocchis. Gnocci.
Yeah.
I don't like gnocchis. And the reason I don't like gnocchis is that whenever I was a kid, I overate gnocchis for dinner one time, and I ended up, tossing my cookies. And ever since then, I associate eating gnocchis with that. But also, too, I've had them since then, and they're way entirely too doughy for me. They just taste awful.
Yeah, I just don't care for them.
The other thing I don't like is baked beans.
You're not a baked beans fan.
The reason why I don't like baked beans is that usually you'll have them with like a hamburger or a hot dog during a picnic or a cookout, and they're so runny that they spread into like the whole entire plate, and they end up getting into the bun and making the bun all soggy, and the taste of them is just not great. I'll eat them there, but they're just such a mess that I don't want to deal with it there, and it's just kind of like it's basically the amount of shit that you go through to eat those isn't worth the hassle, as far as I'm concerned. And they're not that good either.
Yeah.
However, I love chili. I love other beans. It's just basically the combination of those all together.
There are two things I will not eat.
Oh, okay. Now
Pig's feet.
Pig's feet. Okay.
No. Pig's feet. and chitlins. Mm-mm.
Chitlins, okay.
Oh, those are two. I tried, but there's no way I'm going to ever eat it again.
Can't say I ever ate pig's feet before. So I guess I'm not missing much then, huh? The face that you're giving me right now is just kind of like...
No.
Yuck.
No.
What would you equate the taste to be like?
Fat. Just nothing but fat and... I couldn't even...
They're just too fatty and too yucky.
Yeah, it's just...
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
No. I mean, a lot of people in my family eat them, though.
Okay.
It's just... I mean, I'm not judging them on that.
So maybe it's like an acquired taste or something like that, you know?
Right, like,
yeah.
This is how I feel. I never... My grandma always taught me to never, like be grossed out with somebody's eating. Let them eat their food. Don't be too much to where you might turn them off of their own food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, no.
Okay. Let's go ahead here and we will move on to the second story. You'll love this story. Because this is like our favorite word in the world. Am I the asshole for dropping our dinner on the ground and walking out when my boyfriend asked me, "What's for dinner tonight, bitch?" You just give me that look. So, to go on with the story here, I was over at my boyfriend's apartment this weekend and I was cooking dinner because he was studying for exams. I made pasta and a chunky sauce with meatballs and veggies. I told him dinner was ready and he goes, "What's for dinner tonight, bitch?" With like a lot of emphasis on the last word, bitch.
We love the word bitch, but
there you go. Okay.
I know we love the word bitch, but I mean, I don't know we want to talk to you. You know, your woman, talk to your woman too like that. You know, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm so sorry, but this caught me off guard.
Yeah, you're giving me like the look of just shock on your face whenever. Anyways, to go on with the story, I was fed up. I had a pretty rough day with work, and I have some awfully bad associations with the word being used by other people in my life who are pretty abusive. I was so irritated I dropped a pot of pasta sauce I've been carrying right on the ground and was like, "Well, nothing's for dinner tonight now, and I better not hear you use that word again. It's for the girls." He was freaking out about how some sauce had landed on his rug, and he even said, "You're seriously acting like a bitch right now. I don't know what else to call it." I just walked out and got a takeout for myself and went to my friend's house. She thought it was funny, but my boyfriend was furious. He kept texting and calling and sending me voice memos trying to explain what the saying was, "What's for dinner tonight, bitch," was a TikTok trend and was just quoting something as a joke to put on TikTok. I thought that was the shittiest excuse ever. It doesn't matter if he saw it as a joke or stole the joke. It was still disrespectful. But it didn't change the fact that he thought that shit was funny to mean me when I was trying to do him a favor. Like hell, I came over when he's starting to make a home-cooked dinner and decides it's time for jokes. So I put my phone on Do Not Disturb for the night and split a bottle of wine with my friend and her roommate. The next morning, he was sending me angry texts demanding I clean his rug because he was too busy with exams to do it. I was shocked he left it overnight. That's disgusting. I texted him back saying, "Yeah, so that bitch tax, honey. Leave me alone until you're ready to handle your own cooking and cleaning because this bitch isn't anymore. Also, it's vile that you left it soaking in all night." He called me and told me that it was okay with doing his own household work, but why did I throw a full pot of sauce on the ground so it's on me to clean it up? I told him, "Yeah, I'm not comfortable doing chores with you. You see me like your bitch." He told me he didn't, and it was just a trend. And I got pissed off he was playing that TikTok trend BS excuse again. And I told him, "Well, I'm starting a trend called saucing, whereas the little joke people throw pasta sauce around. You can't be mad because it's just a little trend, a little jokey joke, just a little prank, bro." He got really pissed off and hung up on me. And now I'm seriously wondering if this dumb fucking TikTok joke is going to be the end of things between us. Am I the asshole for I reacted when my boyfriend asked me, "What's for dinner tonight, bitch?"
I'm so sorry. This is hilarious. I don't know, bitch, but I don't know, bitch, because I kind of get that. I mean, I get that you wouldn't expect to hear that from your other half, but then I mean, the dropping the tomato sauce and that, like, kind of just leaving. It's just like you didn't even get him time to explain what he was doing. He was just doing a little joke. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I didn't like how he kept going. Like, now you're acting like a bitch. Like, bro, you could have calmed the situation. Like, you know what I mean? You just can't.
Yeah, it's like literally it felt like it just escalated. I mean, I can understand her getting mad about the fact that, you know, he called her a bitch, and I don't think she understood that it was just a TikTok trend. But I just think things just escalated way out of control there, you know?
Way out.
You know, like as you said, he could have, you know, brought the temperature down, you know?
Right
away there, but he didn't, you know? It was just like,
I mean,
just
to me, he could have, you know, like, went up, helped clean it up. Like, I'm so sorry, baby. It was never meant that way. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a joke on TikTok. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
Like, he kind of went, you know what I mean? He kept being disrespectful. It just was like, damn, bro. Like,
things got way out of hand very quickly there.
You know, like, god damn.
You know, and
what's for dinner, babe?
I figure you like this one.
What's for dinner tonight, bitch?
Man, oh man. Yeah, the commenters, I think, agreed with her. Not the asshole. I Googled the trend, and it's saying about how women react to a knowingly offensive comment. And usually they are offended. These jokes aren't funny. While you just reacted, he got his wish, effed around, and found out. He needs to grow up. Second one said, hooray for him. He can now post a TikTok showing him being an offensive asshole who can't resist the trend. He can then pan over his saucy carpet and get lots of likes, comments, and his life will be fulfilled. And then the follow-up TikTok should be, this is what happens when you call your girlfriend a bitch, as it shows him cleaning up his rug. Might as well wear the pot on his head for effect, too. I mean, yeah, I completely 100% agree with you there. I mean, this went way out of control real quick. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this was the end of this relationship because of that there. Because, I mean, basically in this case there, it's kind of like instead of him de-escalating the situation when he had the chance there, he basically ended up making it way worse than it had to be there. And, you know, yeah, you can give the excuse, I was studying for finals or whatnot there, but still, it's just kind of like...
You left it there all night.
You should have thought this through a little bit before you did this.
Yeah.
You know? How would somebody react if I called you a bitch, you know?
Yeah.
Especially if you're calling a woman a bitch there, you know?
I wish he kind of gave her some kind of heads up. Like you're not gonna know what's gonna come out, but it trust me, it's just a trending joke. I'll say it to you when you know what I mean. It's just a trending joke. Don't take it like. I wish he would have kind of gave her a heads up.
If he said something to that effect, there, you know, hey, this is a joke, you know, but I'm gonna say something that's gonna be real offensive there, and I want you to respond to it, you know. But I'm not talking about you in particular. It's just this is a trend, and I just want to see how you're
like he could have gave her a heads up or something. But
yeah,
I mean, no one's going to want to be talked to disrespectfully like that,
right?
Like
so, once again,
like, that's not me and you can play around with, but you know what I mean? Because we're friends. That's what friends do. We play, you know, but
right, bitch. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right when I say it, though, right? it only sounds correct when you say it, not me.
No, when you kept saying it, I was dying. Oh my god, I was dying inside. I was doing the best I could to hold my damn composure. This was hilarious.
Oh, good lord!
They were unbelievable.
Right. Ugh. Once again, everybody sucks here, you know. So
yes, another one, right?
Yeah. Another one.
But I kind of agree with her a little bit more because it's just like that's no way to talk to your woman. That's no one. You not your other half. That's not no way. Give her a heads up, something that like, look, babe, I'm trying to do this trend. Yeah. You know what I mean? That probably would have made it a lot more easier instead of.
Yeah, so maybe more or less he sucks, you know, and she doesn't suck as much there. Yeah, but still.
Yeah, because he kept on escalating the situation instead of sitting up there thinking about it and be like, oh my God, babe, I'm so sorry. I didn't even think on that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Please forgive me. I'll clean up this mess. It's not. Just come on back home and let's try to work things out.
And now instead of just studying for finals, he's now single and studying for finals.
Yeah, and studying for finals. And still got to clean up that spaghetti.
Right? Exactly. We're going to go ahead here. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with more of the Joevelocity Show after these messages. Welcome back to the Joevelocity Show. Once again, here with Hubba. We took a small little break there. He got a grape soda. So you're going to have the green poo later on, huh?
There you go.
Well, speaking of drinks, let's go ahead and get into the third story here, which is about a drink, but an alcoholic drink. And when the asshole for refusing to pay for my boyfriend's vodka after smashing it. So I, 26 female, had been with my boyfriend Sean, 25 male, for about a year and a half. It's been great, but I let him know from the onset that I'm a recovering alcoholic. He had no problem with that, and he still drinks with his friends, but won't do that in my presence. It still bothers me that he drinks, but it's his life. I can't tell him what to do. Fast forward to last Sunday, and we're at his apartment. I come in, and he's in the middle of making pasta sauce, and there's a large bottle of vodka on the counter. I didn't say anything about the bottle, but he saw me staring at it and told me it's for the sauce. Pasta sauce he's made at least twice a month for the entirety of our relationship. He said he told me from the beginning he does that, it cooks away, but I think that it would be something I would very much remember, and I got a little angry. I knocked the bottle off the counter and went to my mom's. He called and apologized for triggering me and that he's being brainless, but he wants me to pay for the broken bottle, which he says is about $80 for the bottle. I told him that I wasn't under any circumstances going to pay for something he's been lacing my food with for years. We haven't really talked since, and my mom wants me to just go ahead and buy the thing to make amends, and I'm still refusing. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
So the boyfriend's making vodka sauce.
Yeah, you know what? I look at it like this.
Mm-hmm.
So wait a minute. No, she did say that he didn't tell her about that, right?
Yeah, so it's kind of like it came to a surprise to her. Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking oh my God, no.
That he's been making a vodka sauce there for, their spaghetti or pasta or whatever, for at least twice a month.
You know she have a drinking problem.
Yeah. So why would you do that?
She's a recovering alcoholic. Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck him. No.
Okay.
No. I don't appreciate him doing that to her because you're not taking her sobriety seriously.
Well, here's the thing. The commenters don't agree with us.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, or no, maybe they do. I don't know. Hold on, let me read this here and we'll figure this out. You're the asshole. Adults use our mouths to communicate. Hey, I'm not comfortable with you cooking with alcohol and having alcohol in my presence at all. I thought you were aware of that and would like to respect my preference. You went to me no likey, me go smash. And of course, then they say it's his fault. He should have known that he was dating a cat. It's kind of like, yeah, it's one of those things there where I think communication or not escalating the situation would have helped in many ways there. And I think he didn't think through the fact that, wait, if he's if she's a recovering alcoholic and he's using vodka in a sauce, that's not going to work. Those two things aren't compatible with each other.
Yeah, but two wrongs don't make a right either.
Yeah, she shouldn't have smashed the bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, right. She should not have smashed that bottle. That's one thing. She should not have done that. She could have simply just walked away. But
yeah, the second comment actually talks about that here. I love how the poster glides right past the fact that she destroyed her boyfriend's property too. I don't have to replace the thing I broke because you shouldn't have had it around me. Yeah. I'm also in recovery, but who doesn't recognize a vodka sauce? Spiking your food for years as a stretch to me gets to the point of willful ignorance. Or dipping the pasta in the sauce and washing it off so only the essence of the sauce is left. Getting back to the previous story. I did not plan that. I didn't actually read this all through there too. This is the first time I saw that there, and it's just kind of like, yeah. Essence of vodka sauce. But, you would have thought the first time that she had that she should have said something to him. There's like, I know this is a vodka sauce, I think anybody in their right mind would have recognized this is not normal spaghetti sauce. This is a vodka sauce, So, because you know the difference between vodka sauce and spaghetti sauce, right?
No, I really don't. I don't know.
Well, have you ever had like something like that looks like spaghetti sauce, but it's lighter? It's like almost orangish.
Yeah.
That's vodka sauce.
I mean, no, I've had like a sauce that was like wine sauce.
Yeah.
Like, you made tomato with wine sauce. I've had that, but I've never had a tomato.
Same difference, basically.
Like tomato. I've never had that.
I mean, you probably have had it before and just didn't realize you've had it.
Probably didn't realize it. Yeah.
Yeah, vodka sauce is like more like an orange-ish kind of, color and everything there. So, yeah, if the comment goes on the safe, I broke the bottle.
Eat it.
Exactly. If I broke the bottle my friends or family was using, I'd replace it immediately or give them funds to do so if I wasn't comfortable getting it myself. All with sincere apologies. If somebody broke the bottle I was using to cook them a meal, I demand an immediate replacement.
Yeah, I just don't appreciate her breaking the bottle. Though.
Yeah.
Like, that was uncalled for.
Once again, it's like things escalating out of control,
You think she kind of was looking for a problem there?
I mean, I think that she acted, just instinct there. And it's kind of like, oh, don't have alcohol around me. Bam, Just got pissed off without even thinking through the situation there, Ended up destroying an $80 bottle of vodka, which I don't think she realized was worth as much as it actually was.
Oh, don't have alcohol around me.
But here's my question for you here. Why are you laughing so much all of a sudden?
Because the way you did that, I'm sorry. It's because what I'm seeing here now, the way you did it. Oh, don't have alcohol around me. I'm sorry.
You realize this is an audio podcast. They can't see
childish.
me making that whooshing motion with my hand,
I'm so damn childish. I'm sorry.
No, but I think on the other hand there too, it's kind of like he sucks there because why was he using an $80 bottle of vodka to cook with?
Yeah, that's a little too steep there.
Use the bottom shelf, $15 bottle, $10 bottle of vodka to cook with because it's going to burn off anyways,
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, the third comment goes on to say, yes, the poster is the asshole for destroying the bottle without a second thought and needs to work on the mental health side of alcoholism and just not the restraint side. She's also the asshole for doubling down on a reaction and thinking it was still right even after the fact. Ultimately, it's good for one significant other to be accommodating to her problems, but at the end of the day, one shouldn't feel entitled to someone else making sure that the problem is kept at bay. It can only be them. She should have apologized immediately and recognized that she still had some work to do on the psych side of the disease.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, there's a lot going on there. Yeah.
Come on now. Like, the man didn't even have a second thought on the vodka situation for the food. He's just thinking he's making food.
Right? Yeah.
Girl.
But he should have thought more about making a vodka sauce for somebody who's in recovery,
She did go too far.
Yeah. And she escalated the situation, and I don't think he helped in anything,
Breaking the shit. Get out my house, bitch.
Well, so we've talked about some weird stories this show. Here's the story to beat all stories that we've ever done on this podcast. This is the last story of this show. This is the moment of conclusion. Okay. I don't want to see a reaction to this.
Oh.
Am I the asshole by confronting my boyfriend who kept secretly bringing sticks of butter into the bathroom for an hour or more and then coming out without the butter? I get it. It's bizarre. I wish it wasn't real, but it is. This is really happening to me, and I'm in a state of astonishment. At first, I started to notice that butter was disappearing quickly. I assumed maybe I lost track of how much we had, or maybe he was cooking when I wasn't around. I don't know. But one night a few weeks ago, I saw him try to stealthily take a stick of butter from the fridge, which I pretended not to notice, and he took the butter with him into the bathroom. Now, I've noticed my boyfriend spending an hour or more of time in the bathroom since we moved in, but I never saw him take the butter before. I was so confused. When he came out of the bathroom about an hour later, I saw no sign of the butter, but I also saw he did not put the butter back in the fridge. It was gone. I tried to subtly keep an eye on him, and over a week he did this 3 separate times, and each time a stick of butter disappeared. Finally, I said one day, "Where did all our butter go?" I hardly used any this week, and it's gone. He pretended not to know and said maybe we just forgot to buy it. But I said, no, we had 4 sticks before, and now they're gone. He just acted like it was a mystery and said, guess we should order more. By now, I was getting very confused, so I ordered groceries and made a point of saying, good to finally have 4 sticks of butter. This should last us quite a while. He made no comment. On the first 2 days, whenever I used a small amount of butter, I would remark about how much butter we had left. Finally, one day, I saw him do it again. He took a stick of butter into the bathroom. It was gone for an hour or so and then came back with no butter. I couldn't believe it. So when I made dinner, I acted shocked that 1 stick of butter was gone. He said maybe we only had 3, but I knew I'd been making a point of it. The very next day, another stick of butter had gone. I listened at the bathroom door and heard sink water running, and I thought I heard moaning noises. I was so confused. Finally, this time when he came out, I said, I know he's been taking the butter into the bathroom. He got all flustered and said I must be mistaken. But I said I literally seen him take the butter into the bathroom and come out without it, and know he's been lying to me about the quantity of butter in our fridge. He then started apologizing for misleading, but said, let's just not talk about it. And when he saw I was getting mad, he just said, what if I just order my own separate private butter?
This got to be a joke. Oh, God.
I was like, okay, but what are you doing with the butter? He asked me to promise never to ask about his butter activities again and just put it behind us. He said, just look the other way in this one thing and stress how it's not a big deal at the end of the day. I was like, okay, I guess. But I'd been so confused and even disturbed about it. Like, what is he doing with the butter? Why was he lying about it? And why won't he tell me? I don't even think he was eating it because he's not an overweight guy. And I feel like someone ate that much butter, they become hefty, but he shows no signs of it. I'm just like, who is this guy? So I decided to confront him again. This morning I said, look, yes, you should buy private personal butter for your activities. But I said, I need to know what you do with the butter. He got very quiet and then said, fine, I'll tell you just this once. And he told me everything. I was so mortified and confused. I cannot tell you what it is, but I'll say it's a sensual activity. Extremely sensual. It's definitely an inappropriate use of butter. I cannot even type what it is due to how graphic it is. On one hand, it's just butter. But on the other hand, I can no longer see him the same way. I'm staying with my parents. To make matters worse, a friend of his found my other post and sent it to him saying, LOL, this must be about you. I guess he used to do it in college too. And he was furious that now other people I know in real life now knows what he does with the butter. He's angry at me for exposing his butter-based activities. Now, I've probably ruined my relationship, and everyone knows my business, causing me shame and humiliation. I can't believe what he does with butter, though, and I don't think I can be with someone who does things like that. I consider it a momentous fuck-up for me to ever have confronted him about it. This is my mistake because I can never unknow what I know. This is the story. The penultimate story.
Hear me out.
Go ahead.
Hear me out.
Yeah, that's what we're hearing you out with.
Hear me out. Now, what this man does is this is disgusting as fuck. This is disgusting to the core. I would have never thought somebody could do something with a stick of butter. Bruh, like, what the fuck?
Let me read the first comment, okay? Just to put this in perspective. Well, that's just ridiculous that you go this far but not say what it is. And then somebody commented back, he's definitely sticking it up his pooper.
Where else is it going?
Unless he's masturbating with the butter, then, the only place I can think of, it's going up to his pooper. And, that's the only reason why you come out with no butter, Betty Butter ass, is seriously, it's just, oh my goodness, private butter.
This can't be a real story, fam.
Well,
this can't be a real story.
Maybe it is. I don't know. I've never stuck a stick of butter up my ass. I don't think you ever have either. Have you?
This can't be a real story. On one hand, that's very disgusting, whatever the fuck he do with that butter. And she did piss me off not saying nothing. I wanted to say something about that too. bitch, you had us go this goddamn long reading this motherfucking story. You wouldn't tell us exactly what he was doing with that butter. You wasted your time. You get on my nerves too, bitch. Anyway,
Girl, you did what?
Oh, you nasty.
I'm playing all your sound effects. Yeah.
Bitch, you made us go this long, listen to this story, and you ain't even tell us what he doing with it. But secondly, I don't like the fact that she. I mean, it's her story to tell.
But something should not be public, you know?
It's her story to tell, but it's like you kind of put that public in. What if that kind of ruins that man's image for the rest of his life? And,
right.
You know, that might lead down a dark path of.
Right.
You never know. So I'm looking at that situation too. Like, I'm looking at that side of it too. Like, I understand you don't give a fuck about him. You probably could care less what happens to him, but I mean,
right. What is it with guys and food products? And there's someone who had adult relations with a snack cake, writes the second commenter. And they go on to say, I just want to know how these food products have more game than I do.
Got way more game. Like, what the fuck? There is porn out there with people like gainers and shit like that be eating cakes and doing certain things.
They're purposely trying to gain weight, yeah. So, another commenter here, the third and final comment said, yeah, some people are into anal, some are into being tied up, and some are into sticking butter in their ass. You can't tell me not almost everyone does that, right? I mean, basically, you know, they're basically considering to be a fetish. And
yeah, he has a fetish with butter.
Yeah, that's such a weird fetish, you know? And yeah, fetish. I think she fucked up by one, confronting him about it, and two, posting about it online.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
She went that motherfucking long telling us this story without telling us what he did.
Oh, he did something. I can't say what it was, but he did something. I hate people who do that, you know? It's like, yeah, all this stuff happened, but I can't tell you what happened.
So imagine how people are going to be treating them at work or like in public. Mm-hmm. Like, so what do you do with that butter boy? What you do with that butter?
Your private butter stash. Ooh.
Shit, you might have got him some game too. Shit. Some people might like to do something with butter with him.
Anyway,
he's gonna marry that motherfucker. He gonna marry them. They're gonna be in bed with sticks of butter.
Oh man. But yeah, I guess, you know, in there too, it's kind of like she overreacted there too, because if that's the worst thing that he does, he's not outside, you know, he's not out there killing people. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a lot worse things, I guess, you know, but anyways, that will bring us to the end of this episode of the Joevelocity Show. Can't come soon enough, huh? Right? Thanks for checking us out. Make sure to subscribe to the show in your favorite podcast app to listen on demand so you don't miss an episode. For access to our websites, visit us at joevelocity.com. Thanks for listening. Have a good one.
Bye.